a CIS derby. It's the Western Europe, farther
So
over by the ocean.
yeah.
It's the Swedes.
So in terms of favorites here, fans have spoken at the very least, and it looks like Alliance are the favorites. Worth mentioning that there is a stand-in here.
Yeah.
You might recognize EG Crit playing for Ninjas in Pajamas right now. So we'll have Era, Supreme, Charlie, Saberlight, and Crit. And the Alliance roster right now for the layman's out there, since we actually don't have the players on the overlay, S4, Limp, Nico Baby, Hanskin, and FNG, the current roster for Alliance.
Recently, we had Seneko was announced to have parted ways with the team. And so for the duration of these online tournaments, Crit is here as a stand. They've been trialing a lot of players, trying to figure out what they want to do. I believe was in their announcement. But for now, Crit's just here. Obviously not on a team basis or anything like that. He is just standing in from EG. He's not joining NiP.
Yep. A proper use of the word stand-in. He is EG Crit standing in temporarily.
EG obviously not a part of the Europe CIS Dota pit. I was
going to say,
so he can play.
Some of that probably has to do with ping and the nature of online leagues and all those things.
Yep.
I feel bad for teams like Evil Geniuses that have players all over the world during times like this because there's no easy solution. But now, alas, here we are.
Enough talking about all that because we just had Undying first picked overall.
Into a coddle, and then they pick up Venge to go with this Undying. So
now, I thought Fada had left this team, and they just first picked Undying. That's a little crazy. I thought Undying and Ogre were Fada's brand, and those are kind of his heroes.
I mean, this hero's on the rise. And again, reminder for those that don't read the patch notes, Undying does have some of his old prowess back. Now, when he punches folks while the Flesh Golem is on, he will give them a damage taken increased buff, similar to the aura he used to have with Flesh Golem.
And a 30% slow?
Something like that.
No, 40, 45, 50% slow. Damn, that's a good slow.
Right.
She's a big slow.
Yep. And we can't forget he still gets all that extra strength that we've become accustomed to now with Flesh Golem over the last year or however long it's been. But NiP go back for a classic combo. They get Coddle Ember in their opener here. And this is still one of the safest tried and true ways to open a draft, I'd say.
Yeah, surprised that we haven't seen Coddle kind of at all lately. I feel like even when we're watching NA, he's not popping off that much, but still a very strong hero. I still see him in pubs a lot, and Chakra is still totally busted. Plus his ultimate is busted. So I feel like Illuminate's like his worst spell at this point. And you still got to deal with Blinding Light in lane. Very frustrating hero to play versus.
Are we thinking that this is a core Venge now at this point?
My assumption would be that it is a core Venge, yes. But flex between especially the mid lane, the off lane, and even position 1.
Oh, position 1 Venge. We've seen the off lane in mid in recent memory. Is the 1 actually still viable? I guess it's similar in concept.
I don't think it's that good. I just think it's something to consider is all. I think it pretty much plays the same way out of the 1 or the mid, so it just kind of depends on what your other hero is. If you pick a TA or something, you could have a position 1 Venge in the sense that she's playing the safe lane, but in the end, the TA is your real hero.
That's fair. Yeah.
My first guess would be off lane, though, if I had to assume.
I think we did see a Venge versus Ember mid matchup once. I want to say it was one of the OG games. I think Thompson played the Venge, and I remember being surprised at how well Venge can do in that matchup.
Yeah, she's an interesting hero. She's really good stat gain, and her abilities, she can flex a lot of her build between the minus armor as well as the aura. And the big thing that we want to look for is what heroes are they pairing with the Venge, right? Who's going to actually utilize this big aura? And we just saw the Viper. Would have been a pretty hard counter to the Ember if he wanted to go mid too. Although we're assuming it's side lane.
Seeing him outrange the tower with the Dragon Lance like that at 15 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There are still, they banned out the Viper, but a number of heroes that they could still grab to counter the Ember. Morphling has also been banned out, Necrophos, another big one that maybe NiP will ban here.
Yeah, I'd call that pretty worth. With an Undying, that could be rather annoying.
Yeah.
There's also still Snapfire. She's like starting to become a little bit more popular. Could be kind of good versus the Coddle, like it is versus the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, you're right. Snapfire's back. At least in NA. And there's the Necrophos ban. Look at that.
Yeah,
Middle banning
we know
trio.
what Ember hates. We saw enough of it last
Yeah.
patch that we learned that it's more for Necrophos every time, and a healthy dose of Viper every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ember's shaping up to have a pretty darn good lane here. At this point, he better. Era's like, all right. We have set you up to succeed. Now, this hero, I don't know how he's looked in pros, but I have been coming across a lot of Magnuses in my pubs, and he feels pretty damn strong right now. He's just so beefy. He hits so hard. A difficult hero to shut down.
I believe that's an RTZ stream to blame.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Yeah. I think they've been doing a lot of the old safe lane mag, just doing his thing.
The Empower, like he's super tanky. He's super strong. I don't really know how to counter the hero, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, the build.
You know what he's going to do, and you can't stop him.
Yeah, I mean, he farms it up. He gets like Echo, Blink, and Daedalus. Or like the core items, then you just kind of mix and match everything else between like BKBs and whatnot. But yeah, it's a lot of damage. There's no doubt. We finally get a Death Prophet after talking about her all morning. But that'll be your matchup versus the Ember. Gonna be annoying to deal with the silence. Nyx is also looking kind of good this game. They could. Ooh. I don't know how good Avenge Nyx dual offlane is, but Nyx versus Mag, Ember, and Coddle is certainly tempting.
That is true. They don't have much to like combo with the Nyx, like Storm or somebody that can help find those ganks. But you're certainly right. Some good matchups. DP versus Ember is fine. It's certainly good for the Death Prophet, but I think Ember can handle it.
Oh, 4 Wyvern would be pretty sick too, actually.
That is certainly good against
yeah,
Mag.
I think they should 4 Wyvern, because Wyvern's like a classic counter to the Magnus. You just pop the ulti after NiP, and
that would give you a silly amount of sustain on Alliance. Undying, Wyvern, and Prophet, and then you also have Avenge for swaps to save people.
They have the Lina now, though, so Winter Wyvern just equals T-ball for any of Lina's spells.
Hey, I broke a couple of T's in my day playing T-ball.
Dude, I was so good at T-ball, guys. I hit that ball every time. That shit didn't move. Cranked it. T-ball. What a sport. How was that? I can't believe that was a thing.
Well, I mean, it sort of makes sense. Pitching is pretty hard. So
yeah, but the coaches pitch anyway at the next level above T-ball.
Yeah. It's like there's a golden age where your hand-eye coordination still isn't there. The fact that you still count strikes in T-ball says something about the demographic of players.
Do they count strikes?
I don't know, actually.
Can you miss?
You can. I've seen that.
You've seen, he says. Yeah, I
see.
I understand. All right, well, Alliance, what do you not want banned out? What is so crucial to your draft? You got to pick it now.
It's Void. Okay, well, this is a hero that they like quite a bit.
Yep.
I believe Nico Baby knows the Faceless Void quite well. Great catch, and an amazing hero to have against the Ember Spirit for sure. Thoughts about Void overall right now, though?
Good hero, I think.
Okay.
Still needs his like classic combo stuff, but DP Death Prophet Faceless Void was a big combo for like 2 or 3 years in Dota. Where it felt like we just saw these paired together a lot. But
great damage to dump inside the chrono.
Yeah, it's nice. Could use a little bit more though, right? With whatever this last hero is. Right now, the thing I'm seeing is a lot of big team fight spells. I see Tombstone, I see Exorcism, I see Chrono, I see RP, and I see the Will-O-Wisp. It's like the thing that's like
a lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, we're a team fight everywhere right now. Whenever I think like team fight everywhere, I start thinking about like getting that big single target guys. Like they banned the AM, but like bristles and stuff too. I don't know if NiP can really fit it in, but it's kind of a good looking bristle game other than the percent based damage of DP. But you have a Coddle on your team as NiP too?
Would make them very beefy and give them pretty strong lanes.
Depends on what the last pick is for Alliance though.
And you always have to think about potential Magnus partners, too. Like Anti-Mage banned out by Alliance.
They'll probably ban PA next, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Took the thought right out of my head there. PA. Troll is another one. Like Troll Magnus was a classic.
Yeah, Troll's actually really nice here too. Versus the Undying and the Faceless Void.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you choose between the two. They're both very good with a Magnus. Troll is maybe a little less glass cannon. I guess the question is, what does Alliance want here with their last pick? Because they still have a little bit of flex with Avenge and also the Death Prophet, right? It could be a position 3 Death Prophet, a support Vengeful Spirit,
That's
and
true.
they could be looking for a mid.
Probably why NIP's taking so long to ban too. Probably thinking like, okay, what is our final pick, and what is like the only things that can beat it?
Yeah. Like, is there a mid that isn't Death Prophet that somehow really ties this together for Alliance? And they're going to ban out the Oracle. I think that's justified. Assuming it's a 3 Venge, then you get that combo with the DP. Very good.
Yeah, and then they'd have the Dispel versus the Ember too. It's pretty good.
What about like TA as a potential last ban for NIP?
Oh,
Or do you think it's definitely mid Death Prophet?
I think so. I think Limp's really good on the hero.
Okay.
I still kind of like the Wyvern ban, I think, even with the Lena. I think Wyvern would fit pretty well.
It would give them a lot of tools to catch this Ember. Between like Venge Stuns and Winter's Curse and Chronos.
I like the Slark ban. That was the Faceless classic.
Yeah.
Was the Mag Slark. Team Faceless. Wow. How the times are changing.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to remember that roster. Was that the Ice?
And Black.
Black?
Nuts, Jabs, and someone.
Ohio? No. I can't remember. It's been too long.
It shifted around a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. We haven't been casting much DOTA recently.
I snuck in a couple. They were good.
NIP, they will have the 10th and final pick. So taking their time thinking about this ban. Still a bit of a tough draft to read, and they ban out the Underlords. So
I think they banned that because of the Slark ban. I think they saw that Slark ban, they're like, I guess Underlord could be kind of good for them, because it would give them a lot more damage in the Chrono, too. And they could just for the Venge. I kind of like the more I think about it, the more I like an offlane pick, because I do think like the offlane Venge maybe isn't that good. Like with the way they changed the
like
abilities around,
Centaur,
it hasn't felt as good as of late.
They want an offlaner, like you got the Centaur still there, Tide, Beastmaster is banned.
I'll just go Wyvern. I'm in on the Wyvern. Wyvern or Snapfire.
Timber.
Ooh, Timber. Magnus, Ember. Okay.
I kind of like this. I think they needed somebody that could also play fast while the Void is still ramping up. Somebody that can get involved with the DP a little earlier on. Very good against Magnus. Ember, of course. Feels like a pretty good Ember pick.
It's also, and we talk about all like the big team fight stuff too. It's like the single target hero. And yeah, they didn't ban the PA, but the other bans were kind of fine anyway, so it's not a big deal. But she does become the de facto choice when left in.
Yep. A little surprised that Alliance banned AM. That's definitely not a classic pairing with the Magnus. And they do have the Void, so maybe some options there. But
I don't think they could have killed him. I think that would be their concern.
You don't think so? Even with Chrono?
No.
Okay.
Like they would have to Chrono him to have a chance at killing him. Even then, it's still going to be hard.
I see. Well,
like between like Will-O-Wisp is such a good counter to Chrono.
I hope Nico Baby is ready to buy an MKB. Because he's going to need it.
Or a Rapier.
Or a Rapier. That is true. That is very true. A great item against the Phantom Assassin.
It's pretty good.
So what do you think? NIP or Alliance? Who's got the better draft here, buddy? We got a DP Timber Void versus a PA Magnus Ember.
It's a tough one. I think I'd rather have the NIP lineup, but not by much. It's very close. I kind of like just the value I'm seeing in Empower this game with the Ember and the Phantom Lancer or Phantom Assassin, and I also think that Will-O-Wisp is still completely busted and they don't have a good way of dealing with it. I think Chrono is basically going to get canceled out every time by Will-O-Wisp.
Okay.
Like, how do they kill it? If you put that thing in the middle of the chrono, even the rest of Alliance can't hit it.
I guess
Maybe Vengeance Aura will be far enough for DP. I don't know, but you
like
pretty
if
much
Void
can't
gets a
deal
Mask
with
of
it.
Madness, like yeah, you're right. It is sort of a conundrum. How do you deal with that counter? How do you counter the counter? And even though Undying stock has been rising, I think the hero still has some difficulties in terms of execution. And I look at this NiP lineup, and it feels like someone's going to get farmed. You've got Magnus, Ember, and PA. You might be able to shut down one. Maybe you can kind of shut down two, but somebody is going to pop off. And like I think Magnus can play carry. I've lost a couple games, and even just the past few days where Magnus is the real carry, even playing from the off lane. So I don't underestimate this hero. That's all I'm getting at.
I think Crit has a pretty good game setup too. I love playing Lina versus both Faceless Void as well as Undying, because you get the crazy attack speed as a support, so you can actually focus down the Tombstone yourself, and with your Yules, you can really mess with the Chrono. I just see Chrono being really bad this game, which worries me, because it was a late Void, but they have a lot of answers to Chrono. You can throw in LSA, you can throw in Blinding Light, you can throw in the Will-O-Wisp, you have a, you're a PA. Many things.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, buddy. I think it's a harder game for Alliance. I wouldn't call it an outdraft.
How good is time dilation this game? Pretty nice.
Pretty sick.
It's a good time dilation game. We got to find the positives here. It's also still looking okay for Limp, I feel.
The Blinding Light is also pretty sick for countering Chrono.
Yeah.
Like Will-O-Wisp, you're certainly right, but if that's on cooldown, like even just having a blind, being able to boop the Void.
You can bounce people into Chrono too when you're
oh yeah,
which is really annoying. So like if you're like a right clicker trying to benefit from the Chrono, like standing close to it or something, because he has like this perfect Chrono, you just bounce him in and you laugh at them.
Yeah. Otto has a lot of options.
That's my favorite one. Bark, bark,
oh
bark.
No,
that is what you sound like.
We're back to the Aghanims lines. Oh my.
Okay, they'll be focused in a second.
2-1-2 to get things started. Pretty straightforward lane setup. No surprises here. No musical chairs. I have this Ember versus DP matchup in the mid. Excited to see how this goes, but I reckon should be fairly even. Maybe
he's got a spell prism under him. Dragging around, huh? What is this?
A spell prism?
It's a rock on the chain. Kind of looks like spell prism. On a rope.
Oh, I see. His weird little weapon, the flail.
Well, I believe he's like a sunken, got tied up. Maybe she was a witch or something. They tied a rock to her and she didn't float.
I see. Doesn't Ember have divine rapiers as weapons? Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah. He's ready.
There you go.
All right, well, FNG, of course, Undying Legend here. Into the hard fives. Already has 16 strength stolen for a brief moment here. Fortunately, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, I'm a little curious to see how this lane will go. I'm still trying to get my bearings with Undying. Like these double melee safe lanes, I always feel like it's going to go worse than it does, but Undying does seem to manage to put this pressure on.
Well, here's the question that DOTA would ask you is, why didn't you just pick OGA?
I don't have a good answer to that question.
The Tombstones have to be very good in the mid game to justify it, because Bloodlust is real good. And has the Undying really done anything that an Ogre couldn't do here? I will say the first minute, 2
that's
minutes.
one thing Ogre can't do. He's got Soul Rip. I'll give him
that and the way that he's played these 2 minutes where they literally cannot fight you when you're spamming your entire mana bar of decay, that is something that an Ogre doesn't necessarily have. So that is true. Like the first 4 or 5 waves are definitely Undying's big territory.
But this is when it gets awkward, where you're out of mana. Yes, you do have a couple mangoes, but you got to be careful just chewing through those right away. And that time, we talk about this all the time, where you sort of want to die because your regen feels like it doesn't give you anything with all those extra decay stacks. And he is going to go ahead and Clarity salve up, so sticking around the lane, and we'll try to get that mana bar back up for more harass.
Meanwhile, the other lanes, S4 slaying it up top, absolutely owning. Hanskin's really battling it up with Era too, which I think is helping, because then S4 is just in a pure 1v1 versus Charlie.
Yep. A tough beginning. or the PA. She'll ramp up, though. And this mid lane, favoring Limp on the DP, 13-5 compared to the 11-0 Ember Spirit. Nothing too crazy, but DP winning as expected.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's also spammed out everything. He's out of charges on the Spirit Siphon. Was pretty low on mana, too, so really looking towards that bottle timing. See if he can catch Supreme. It looks like he's not going to quite get there by the 4-minute mark, so that's very good news for Supreme. Now the question is, who's going to rotate for the old 4-minute Flipperino? Well, that's smart. The way he utilizes the Spirit Siphon when he knows he's going to go for the Sleight of Fist, because it's just like too much value, so he just gets like a ton of HP sucked off. How to play the matchup.
Bottle on Ember. No bottle out on DP. Supreme needs this rune.
But Undying's come bottom, and even Hanskin's coming top. This is what you do. What? Oh, he's not going to make it there in time. Oh, wasted rotation. No!
Oh! Supreme!
But wait.
Okay, slight dodge doesn't work, and first blood.
It was better. It wasn't even wasted. It worked out better that he was late.
Hanskin is playing 3D chess right now, Trent, and I think you just checked your king.
I tells you. It's like he's been practicing aboard the Starship Enterprise or something. really getting those games in. Which is the hot shit on chess is the big thing on Twitch anyway, right?
Oh,
so maybe
dude.
that's what it's been, right?
Yeah, shout out to Hikaru for bringing chess into relevance. What a genius play to coach people on Twitch.
I heard our boy Waga is going to be in a tournament soon.
Really?
Yeah. So you guys better
I think he was doing some stuff with Gork as well. He's been delving into the Dota 2 sphere.
Look at us go. Look at us using our big Dota brains for something for good.
Chess.com is popping off.
He's got the big movement speed on the Coddle. He's going to come in for this bounty. Gets the ward down too. Now, mind you, he was just messing around with Hanskin, so if Hanskin catches him soon, he's going to know that there's a ward up there somewhere. But he tried to put it off to the side in a less valuable spot, but perhaps a little bit less likely to get dewarded. They know Charlie's all alone, though.
Yeah, they're going to dive him. That's going to be the stun. Phantom Strike back. S4. Not going to dive it. He's fine. And he'll get salved up. FNG sees this big stack. DP gets canceled. Crit. LSA pulls the neutrals. Body blocks. Says, come on. Help me out, Thunder Lizards. I need your damage. Where are we going, FNG? Now he pulls up again. He's like, all right, I might need a little help here.
That's pretty cute. I liked it.
There's so many ancients, both sides are a little scared.
Yeah.
Well
so
done.
Take another ancient stack off. He's going to have to pull the hard camp.
FNG lives. Good lane. Making a play onto Supreme. Great stun from Hanskin. Misses the disjoint again with the slight. Brutal. And now Crit going to try to TP out. Close one. Does make it.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, that was a little bit, but dangerous. He has like 40 HP left. Cool. But that's a lane snowballing a bit out of control. From the kill at the rune to then exorcism the tower.
Yep.
42 and 14. Pretty brutal game here from old Limp. Guy spams a lot of death properties. Very good at utilizing the hero in the early game. It's not just an exorcism bot like some Death Prophet players kind of are, where they're just like really like focused on, but guys, we need to go to this tower right now with my ulti.
Yeah. It's almost like too mechanical.
Yeah. Alright, well, it's stack time. Crit only level 3 here, so he's looking to linger around a little bit maybe while Charlie's doing this. Like, oh, no, I'm just dewarding. Don't mind me.
FNG's coming in again. He sees this stack. He's like, guys, they're going for this thing at some point, and I want this
He just wants
XP.
the XP. Yeah.
I know. Look at this. Do they scout him out?
He's going to get cleaved and died.
Oh, they found him. That would have been such a big brain play if he just sat in this little spot behind the trees and just leashed all that XP.
I mean, it's still 4 heroes. It's not like he's getting half of it or something.
Yeah, you're right. Up top, Era gonna die. Yeah, that's like one of those FNG plays. Like, I like where your head's at. You're really trying to min-max, but you might have gotten into your own head a little bit there.
Well, they're going to get this timing off perfectly, though. Going to kill that camp. No, stay, Saberlight. Why? Can he not kill another
Dire's
stack?
top tower is under
Oh, I
attack.
thought Sableye was going to stack that camp for him. Oh, he wants to be here for the rune fight. Yeah, fair enough.
And Supreme does get the invis.
Oh, the Iron Talent for Charlie, too. How perfect is that? You're trying to do a big old stack
Dire's
like
top
this.
tower has
Cute.
fallen.
Top S4 finishes off that tower. Timber had a pretty free game so far, and he wants Atos first item. Not an item we see on Timber first that often.
I love that choice. That is a 10 out of 10 item choice this game. I really hope he finishes it, and it's not just a thinking about it kind
Yeah, a
of
lot of
situation.
mobility, right?
Dire's
Ember,
top
PA,
tower is
Magnus,
under attack.
they
Yeah.
could use that additional lockdown.
Even just like crit, like before Yules, if he just Atoses him, he's just going to die.
Yeah. I guess the Coddle sort of similar too. Gives S4 a lot of kill power.
Blur is so stupid. Like, how is this okay?
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, this
back
is...
in the mid lane, the X's was popping.
All right, and put down this. Honestly, this ancient stack might be more important.
Maybe,
Okay, never mind.
maybe that's what
Dire's
I'm using. I wasn't even thinking about
under
that.
attack.
We have full fight here. Crit in trouble. He's going to be locked down, just tanking the Chakram, accepting his fate.
All right, so FNG's actually a genius because he
You could've
ruined
stopped
that
the
first blur where he could have done the first stack. I wasn't even considering that.
Yeah, I
Dire's
didn't
middle
either.
tower
Wow, that
has
is
fallen.
extra big brain. Holy shit.
Unfortunately, he didn't get there for the second one later on, so it didn't necessarily matter that much, but
Still, it wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
There was a plan. And more pressure. S4 jumps in onto Supreme. Hanskin's here. Might have a stun. Throw it onto Era instead. TP coming into the shrine. By shrine, I mean outpost. Chakram off the mark there.
Bounty, which my matriarch derives.
yeah, despite that dive, no one can really sneak around behind or anything, though, so they'll still get both bounties up top, as the dive will take the two on the bottom. And Charlie will slowly claim the net worth lead here, I theorize, rather soon.
I mean, what I'm worried about for NiP is Supreme, though. He's got his phase boots coming, but he is bottom of the cores right now. Supreme needs some serious help to get back into this game. He's got a Yule Scepter queued up, but a lot of farming to do.
Yeah, they're pretty concerned about the exorcisms, I would wager. Like, Limp's next one is a moment where they probably want to fight. But the Blink's not there yet from Saberlight. The Ember's far behind. They kind of want to just keep farming stacks, so I think they're just going to have to give up one of these tier 2 towers. They're actually going at Nico maybe a bit here. Wow, they RP'd.
Oh, they're going to find him. Close.
Oh,
no! Oh my gosh, he was like 1 HP. Now he drops the Chrono the other way. DP does get off a Spirit Siphon. I don't know if they'll be able to find any counter kills here. Charlie with the TP. Wow, that was greedy. Now Swap coming in. They're going to find Crit as well. Another swap. Saberlight
Saberlight?
loses his TP. They're going to get 3 out of this. The Chrono helps set it up. The Void not only lives, but they turn it back to kill 3 the other way. Alliance making some incredible plays after the ambitious reverse polarity. That was so close. And I see why they went for it. Nico Baby has brown boots, Midas, wand.
Dire's
I don't
bottom
think he got a
tower is
crit
under attack. Dire's
from the
structures
PA.
are fortified.
I'm
That was
looking
a
through the
heartbreaker.
combat log. I don't think he got a single crit. And that's what did it.
Crit jinxed him.
Man, that was brutal. Yeah. I don't. Jeez. I get the play, but oh man, I'd be so tilted.
Dire's bottom tower. has
Again,
fallen.
especially given that Void inventory. It's like, okay, this is the easiest kill we're going to find on Void all game.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's just going to get harder from here. Yikes.
Well, on the
7-1.
plus side, they took a fight bottom, which meant the exorcism got used to take the least valuable tower out of the 3 that were available. So there's that.
Also the easiest to take, though.
Yeah, but I also don't think they could have contested top necessarily, so.
Yeah, that's maybe true. Blink Dagger. Man, it's still pretty far on Saberlight. Only 1,500 gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
now all
on the
3
horse,
cores of Alliance pretty happy. Limp closing in on Yules and Timber. He's just about at Ags. Halfway to the
Atos?
recipe. What did I say? Yes,
said
Atos. I'm so sorry. I meant Atos. The other staff. It's a
Ags
rod.
would be pretty
not a
dope
staff.
too, though. It's 13 minutes. That'd be hype.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the mana sustainability for that one. No, the Atos coming. Again, I like this item a lot. And PA, not that far away from the Desolator. Working on that second Mithril Hammer. So that'll be a power spike for NiP.
You know, Zarian, if we do some quick theoretical math here, if you were to buy an early Agnes, well, Crit's gonna probably die here from the jewels.
I would imagine so.
So if a Timbersaw bought an Agnes early and kept his ulti level 1, it would cost less mana, but do the same damage as the later one. Whoa. There's a big brain play.
Wow.
That's what we're into, guys.
Huh.
The maths. Of course, you have to buy an Agnes on a Timber, so, you know,
What a
not that
theory
great.
craft.
But
Yeah, not one we see too often.
that's some, like, ability draft situation or something here.
Yeah, it might be time for Timber to get a new Aghanims. He's had this one for a while, and it's
Nah,
been...
it's good. It's a classic one. I think it's cool. You get 2 chakrams.
Is he the only hero that you can just double his ultimate and get away with it, not being completely broken?
It's just kind of neat because you have to like place bows and it takes a lot of mana. It's
Well,
not
this
bad.
is what you mentioned, the Atos against Lena before she has Yules. It's pretty darn good. She just flops over.
I just love that it's an aggressive item because like if he continued to just tank up on this Timber, they can't kill him anyway in his current state. And S4 recognizes that and just says, yeah, okay, so I'm just going to get something offensive.
And now
And
I
it's
can
a
go
slightly
back.
defensive item. It gives 10 strength and it can be used to like save yourself.
Sure. And now he's going to go back for survivability items. He's got Hooded Defiance up next. And of course, still deathless. 9-1, 6K at 15 minutes. NiP
which my matriarch will
already in a rough position this game. Backdoor kicks in down bottom. This is certainly a slow siege, but a siege nonetheless.
Yeah, here I was worried about chrono value. They haven't actually needed it. The only chrono was like a defensive one of just like, all right, here you go, guys. Just kill them. That was well before there was going to be any will-o-wisps to help.
Midas into S&Y on Void. Oh, here we go. Supreme initiated on the target of choice. Will-O-Wisp comes down. RP onto 2. It's a pretty good setup. The Laguna Blade. Can they actually find these kills, though? Ignis almost done. S4 does go down alongside Hanskin, but now Limp charging into the back line. NiP low on cooldowns. Saberlight maybe gets left behind. He'll be the first to fall on NiP. Now Chrono on 2. Does clip that Ember. Era should go down. He does. Supreme trying to make it to the high ground. How far do they go? Nico Baby rooted up. They will back and try to finish off this tier 2.
Why did they stay low ground?
I don't know.
I have no explanation.
It's a 2 for 2, but it is going to favor Alliance. They get the tower out of it.
That just
Pretty
seemed
even
like
hero trade, though.
a get-out situation. I guess they probably just thought there's no way Nico Baby's going to rotate it into a 1 fight, which is fair. But, like, there was kind of nothing to gain there, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to save the tower. The exorcism was still hadn't ended, so you're not going to kill her.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's one of those, it's like, high-risk, low-return type play of what's the best-case scenario there? You don't die to DP. Worst case, that happens.
At least it was only 1 more hero. They didn't, like, lose 2 or something.
That
wasn't too big of a deal.
Mid.
Swap, trying to buy himself some time.
He
Gets
just
a
got that
courier.
courier. Yo,
That was a 5 versus 1,
that was sick.
and he still found a win. That was pretty badass.
Middle tower is under attack.
Unskin Gamers. The glove, baby. Give him the glove. S4. Now he's going to get caught. It's a 1-on-4 scenario. He lives.
Oh, the soul rip.
He even gets Laguna and still survives. Meanwhile, Era dies off to the side to Limp. And
Charlie,
Charlie
no.
in a little bit too deep. No target to jump to. Takes a bash, and he's down.
Hey, remember that really good spell called Time Dilation? Oh, yeah.
Right.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Nico having a little bit of a free game here. Now the S&Y. Is this going to be the God King build, Trent?
I believe so.
Are we going to go Manta Halberd? Nope, he's going to get an MKB. Good call, Bozo.
I mean, he'll still get it eventually.
Probably. Or he'll buy MKB and then BKB in the game will end.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant.
We'll get a couple of bars and then these towers will drop.
But yeah, the MKB is a good call. As tempting as the typical build is, it's just like they only have one way they're going to win this game, and we've seen it happen several times in our historic game of Dota 2.
Yep. And for heroes that love attack speed like
Dire's
Void,
top tower
like even just
is
having the
under
casual
attack.
Blitz Knuckles now as part of the MKB buildup, like, even without the PA on heroes like this, the MKB feels pretty good. They had a Sentry Ward down, and they're going to drop the Chrono to find this kill onto Supreme. Is it actually going to be a kill, though? They need a little more.
He didn't have a remnant down.
Going to try to make it away. He does have fast remnants, though. Wow. Supreme actually lives. No! Bash!
Birth is a process.
See you later.
Death, its fulfillment.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was comical.
Considering
one.
he didn't have a remnant down and he still almost lived, that was a little bit crazy.
All right, gonna find something here. Hanskin bumps into Charlie. Hanskin's gonna be in trouble. Does get off a stun, a swap. Meanwhile, up top, Crit going blow for blow with S4.
Is under
Crypt
attack.
Swarm finishes him off. 1 for 1 there. Now Saberlight looking for the TP. That's Yules. Pump fake the RP.
fake out. Yeah.
Hey, it's got a cool cosmetic, so he threw some particles at him. It's a good try. Fortunately, particles do about as much damage as a Magic Carp, but one day you could become the Gyarados, Trent, if you just work hard enough.
I pull myself up on my bootstraps.
Dude, Magic Carp was a great metaphor for capitalism.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Eventually,
I think
if
that's
you,
what they were going
Is
for.
under
if you invest young, Trent, you could become a Gyarados.
All right, first hit bash. Second hit bash. All right, get
Silence. Okay, there's the Yules.
Third hit bash.
Follow up. There is still no Chrono on cooldown for 60.
Dire's middle tower
Ignis,
has
though,
fallen.
gets dropped. And Nico just jumps forward. Not afraid. $12K net worth. NiP very rapidly running out of options. Dota Plus does not believe. 98-2 in terms of win percentage right now.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, they lost all 3 lanes, I believe. I guess bottom wasn't like a total loss, but they didn't exactly like crush it or anything.
They didn't really win any lane.
Yeah.
They didn't get slaughtered. It was really that first big team fight down
Dire's
bottom.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, that was their only potential turning point. It's
Yeah,
like,
it was like-
it's a big lead, but maybe we can force something here.
Like pretty even. Void living there was just.
I mean, it was still like a
don't know.
6K lead at that point or
Dire's
something
bottom
brutal.
tower is under
It was a
attack.
little bit of
Yeah.
a Hail Mary play to start with, and they flubbed it.
I guess so. Fair enough. Here we go. Smoke up. Alliance looking for something here. Chrono available. Catches 2. Blinding Light, though. It's there. No MKB yet. They'll still get the kill onto Crypt, but they pay for it with Hanskin. Saberlight silenced up. Destroyed by the Chakram. 2 for 1. Another fight favoring Alliance.
Dire's top
The
tower is under
slow
attack.
march here. Still have 1:20 on this Aegis. Jeez, they could probably. There's only 15 seconds left on Magnus. They can do whatever. They could go high ground if they want, but I think
Dire's
Nico
top
maybe just wants his
tower has
MKB.
fallen.
Yeah. No reason to force it. Just play it safe.
I'm gonna do anything without Chrono.
Especially when RP is still available. Got to respect that Magnus a little bit.
All right, so we have the plate mail on lip. Good choice, because we know the Hail Mary stuff that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It is a PA. She's gonna have Empower. She's got a Deso. She's got the 10-second BKB. So she's looking for the game winner.
mean,
FNG.
Captured in the field.
Limp is got an Eon disc queued up. He is ready to respect the potential burst damage of NiP, even 15K net worth behind. Here comes the initiation. FNG does get dropped. BKB by the PA gets bashed. Just right-click down. Ignis almost saves her, and it does. RP from Saberlight, but they need a little bit more. There's just no follow-up damage. Crit goes down. Charlie up on the high ground will
go,
live.
baby.
Saberlight, TP, not going to happen. Atos is there.
Bottom tower
No
is under
buybacks
attack.
available on the 2 dead heroes of the Dire. Nico low, time walk forward. Once Charlie might find
The
it.
Aegis is going to expire.
Duels, they get one more. They've found her, the coddle, and it's going to be a clean sweep. That's 5 dead for just a position 5 Undying.
And once they're sitting under your found eating your mango tree, it might be time to consider it. But I guess they're not going to GG. They're going to let it ride. There's no creeps, so they say we're not losing our buildings right away.
Well, they're coming in mid. Looks like Alliance will just back up and reset, but 99% now, according to Dota Plus. Magnus is now, yeah, he's been a support for a little while. Oh, skewer. Too bad it's on S4 though. He just Atoses and walks away. Okay, stops
What a
walking.
great game from him, by the way. I
7-1
mean, everyone's going to have a
6.
good kill score and everything this game, but S4 really kind of led this match right from the beginning with like taking that top tower, forcing the PA into the jungle very early. Excellent Timbersaw pick, came out good and late to really make this game their own, and they banned out the Slark and the AM, right? And those are the 2 heroes that actually could have messed with a Timbersaw a little bit, whereas the PA, sure, it's a very good combo with the Magnus, but it is not good versus Timbersaw at really any point in the game.
Yeah. Ember going to make it back. Yeah, I agree. This is the kind of Ember pick that I like. You're picking it with a purpose in a specific lane matchup. You're not just doing cookie cutter builds. You know, you're buying items that let you enable plays like this where Era's going to get caught. S4 can still play this tanky front laner, but also provide some utility. Very synergistic stuff coming out of
Radiant's bottom
Alliance.
tower is under attack.
It's almost like S4 drafted this for himself.
It's almost as if. What are our thoughts on Undying? I mean, he won the game. Was he a huge part of it? I don't really remember any big tombstones.
I would rephrase that to say his team won the game.
Hey, he gave Nuka maybe a free lane with a Midas.
Yes.
And he had the big save earlier on S4 with the Soul Rip.
Undying was fine. There is part of me that feels like he could have been any support that has some sustain, like an Oracle or some sort of comparable, and this game would have looked pretty similar. But you're definitely right. There is something to be said for that Undying at the first wave spawn. You come out swinging. You're hitting 2 hero decays, and that does let Void get an advantage from the very first creep kill, and that's something Ogre can't give you. So I'm with it. I'm slowly getting more and more sold on this hero is completely viable.
I do think he's probably still trashing your pubs, guys. I'm just gonna be real. I don't think you should pick Undying. Unless you're like Immortal, then you can play Undying. But I think if you guys are lower than Immortal, just
I can tell you that for sure. 3 Undying is not a thing. I've given up trying to make fetch happen, Trent.
yeah.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
I mean, if you're playing him in lower tiers, just buy items though. Don't try and be FNG. Buy bigger items. Buy mech like right away.
Don't
or
role
something.
play your position 5 ABBA.
Yeah,
Make
this
some item
guy's actually
progress.
good. So he knows that he can buy like nothing and still be really sick. Although he's very farmed this game. This is like the most farmed you're gonna see FNG.
Yeah, Glimmer Cape, mech, medallion.
Radiant are scanning.
Dude, he's more farmed than the Magnus right now. Yeah, this is a one-off for sure. Only 1 barracks taken. NiP do come back. They'll smoke. Checking for Roche. Ooh, nice positioning from FNG. They jump onto S4. Not the target that they want, though. They do stop the Timber Chain. Support inbound, though. Alliance is here. They'll catch Era.
Oh, that's a bad Will-O-Wisp though. Now he can just chrono up on the high ground. He only gets 2.
Still, it's a decent chrono. Does catch the Magnus. Crit dies off to the side. It's going to be 3 down on NiP.
He only gets 2. That's how you know they're winning really hard.
Yep. Now Supreme on the retreat. He's going to try to Remnant out, but Hanskin was ready and waiting at the low ground. We could see a GG here.
I think you go for the Aegis steal just for brownie points, and then you just call it.
Dota Plus still giving them the 1%.
To the Radiant.
Era. Roshan. Yes.
Yeah, that's because he's pinging the time at the same time. It doesn't show though, I don't think.
Oh,
A lot of people do that.
I see. All right, PA. She's got the Divine queued up. Only 3,800 gold to go.
Piece of cake. Crit, just hold on, buddy. You're a pro player, right? You're on that big team. You can 1v5 them.
Dire's
Go,
top
baby.
tower is
Skewered.
under attack.
Time Walk solves that problem. Nico Bay.
Dire's top tower has
A
fallen.
little sad here for NiP, just watching their base die. No Chrono, still down for 80.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
It's just a hard game when you had one aggressive maneuver the entire match and you didn't finish off the void, and then you were just on the back
Dire's
foot the
top
whole time.
barracks has fallen.
Yeah. It's in some ways it feels like a shame when a match is
Dire's
almost
top
decided
barracks
by
has fallen.
one bad engagement like that. But at the same time,
I mean, it was one bad engagement that was forced because their draft was weaker
Yeah.
and they got outlaned really hard.
exactly.
So
And it was also really close. Like, again, I don't really fault them for going for it. They were one right click away from killing that void.
yeah, no, that's true.
They
One-
had
one
the right
crit.
idea. One crit. Yeah, one PA crit. Now, how come PA's crit is 15%? Spirit Breaker's bash is 17%.
Balance.
I think that's the best answer you could have come up with there. Oh, the Observer
If
comes
it was
down.
17, it would be for memes.
Yeah, there you go. PA jumps in. Ooh, BKB.
Oh, the halberd though.
Disarmed, swapped back. It's a decent Ignis, but Charlie still just trying to live. Another Phantom Strike back. Not the way you want that 9-second BKB to go. Now the Chrono comes down. PA dead. Saberlight also in trouble. GG's called. That'll do it. 33-8.
Now this looked like
Alliance.
some NA Dota.
Yeah, this was one of those never really a moment when it looked like NiP had it, or even really had a big window. As you said, there was one maneuver.
Yeah, very one-sided game. I think they actually held the net worth advantage the entire match, according to the graph, as well as the XP.
I mean, Nico Baby and Limp both went deathless that game. 11-0 on both the Void and the Death Prophet. You can see on that net worth graph. Yeah, they pulled ahead. Yeah, they farmed.
I have to say, I do love FNG on Alliance. I think that this lineup with him has been so good. I'm very pleased. I think it's so cool that we have FNG and S4 on the same team, and they're kind of slaying it. So
Yeah.
shout out to you, Alliance. Everyone, people were a little bit scared, I think, when Fada was gone. 'Cause I don't know.